Hey llamas.
Start over.
What?
I
That
don't
was
ever
good.
know how to start, really.
Smile for a second so it can start. Hey llamas, I hope you're having a great day. And that's really dumb thing to say because nobody cares.
Right.
I never know how to start. It's so annoying.
Hey! No, don't do that either.
Let's choke each other.
Oh, Mom.
This is what I do to Hattie at the store.
Get over here! It makes you look like an abusive
Did you
mother.
just slap me?
No. Hurry, it's getting dark.
Oh no. Okay. Hey llamas, this is my awesome daughter Hattie. You actually met her in the very beginning of our videos because we jumped out of a plane together.
That was awesome.
We're awesome.
We're awesome. That was so rehearsed.
No, it wasn't.
We
didn't-
practiced
We
that.
didn't plan that.
Okay, anyways.
Anyway, so the other day, let's backtrack. So I asked Hattie to participate today because she's amazing and I love her. But she actually has been struggling a bit with some things. And a few days ago, she came into the kitchen to get some advice and probably just vent. And I was listening and trying to be a good parent. But when she was done sharing her struggle with me, I was like, well, welcome to life, Hattie. And she was like, okay, forget it. I mean, just forget it. She was so mad at me. And I'm like, wait, come back here. Let me redo this because that was not my strongest parental moment. Mm-hmm. And so I just had her kind of share with me again what she was struggling with. And I'm going to let her share it. And listen, before we share it, this is not like death and destruction. This is not like terrible travesties. Is that a word? Traumatic things that happen. This is just a simple teenage, young adult problem, but it's all the same. How you resolve these problems are all the same, whether you're 19 or 49. Oh, I'm 48. Am I 48?
You're 48.
I always think I'm a year ahead.
No.
I stopped doing that. Okay, anyway, but it's all the same, no matter what age you are or situation you're in your life. The results are the same if you'll do certain things. And so I wanted her to share with you the struggle and then how she resolved that in her mind, in her heart. Take it away, Hattie.
Okay, so like my mom said, none of this is even that big of a deal and anyone can deal with this. But when we were leaving Australia, I had two options. I could either go to college or I could come to Connecticut and work and pay for my mission. And having that, being able to say that I worked hard and paid for my mission was something that was really attractive to me. It was something that I wanted to do. So as I prayed about it, I felt like that was the right decision. So coming here, in order to pay for my mission, I had to get a job. And a big part of having a job for me and the nanny jobs was what I was applying for. And one of the requirements for a lot of them was being able to drive. And I had heard a billion times that when you're over 18, you can just come to the States, take a test without having any permit before anything. So I was super pumped. I knew that I was like, that's gonna work out. I'm gonna be able to get a nanny job and be able to pay for my mission and done and dusted. But when I got a hold of the DMV agent, the freaking DMV agent lady was like, nope, you have to have an adult permit for 90 days before you can go for the on-road skills test. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So that meant I wasn't going to be able to drive, which means I thought that no nanny person would want me. And I was so disappointed because I was so ready to put my butt to work and to earn money for my mission. So, when I talked to my mom about it, I was like, I have no friends. Actually, there are some really cool people here. But this is before I had met all of them. I was like, I feel like I've got no one here. I feel like I'm stuck. I'm in limbo. That's what my mom always says. But, I felt like I couldn't progress. I couldn't get anything done because I couldn't get a license, which means I couldn't get a job. I couldn't go on my mission any sooner because I don't turn 19 until June. So I've still got some time to kill here.
Which is really hard because most kids at this age have they've left the nest, right? They're off,
right, and they're in
doing
college,
their things,
and they're free and independent,
right. And she's stuck.
I feel stuck.
Right. So that's part of the struggle.
Right. So that was basically, Plus, you're homesick. You know, we're homesick for Australia because we love our Aussie peeps. But you know, you make home wherever you go. But so for me, I just felt like I couldn't be independent, which is, you know, I'm almost 19. I want to be independent. But my mom, my beautiful mother, suggested to look at the talk by Ronald A. Rasband called By Divine Design.
The best talk ever. Like, I'm not kidding you. Go listen to it.
So when I was reading that, he referred to a quote by Thomas S. Monson that said, "There is a guiding hand above all things. Often when things happen, it is not by accident. One day we will look back at the seeming coincidences of our lives. We will realize that perhaps they weren't so coincidental after all." So I read that and I was like, okay, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'll keep applying to jobs. I'll just deal with the whole driving thing here and I'll work out another way to get to work. So that's what I did. And I think after reading that talk, it was like 2 days later or something.
That's usually how it works, by the way.
A lady who I hadn't even applied to contacted me and said, "I'm looking for a nanny. I have yada yada." And so I got in contact with her, and the day after I had a job. And long story short, everything ended up working out. And I realized that God had a different plan in store, that he knew that I wasn't going to be able to work 5 days a week from 6:30 to 9 at night, and I just would have been too exhausting. And he provided different ways for me to still have fun here, but also to work. And you know, all in all, it just took trusting Heavenly Father and understanding that he's always got a better plan than we do, and he doesn't just do that for no reason.
And that's the key to success. It's to trust God, to really trust him. I'm telling you, he knows what he's doing. It's amazing how that works, right? Our Heavenly Father knows what he's doing. And one of the things, you know, I know that Hattie didn't like it when I was like, well, welcome to life, you know, and it wasn't, no one wants to hear that, but it's really true. You know, this is life. Things just don't work out like we want most of the time. And we are finding ourselves having to redirect and reevaluate. But I wanted to ask you a question in your own life is, what should you be looking for in your own life? And what experiences have you had in your life that show you that God is there, that he's watching, that he's aware of you, that he will answer your prayers, and that he will fix things eventually. Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's a year, but he does always fix things. In fact, Ronald A. Rasband goes on to say, think of those times, some daily, when the Lord has acted in your life and then acted again. Treasure them as moments the Lord has shown confidence in you and in your choices, but allow him to make more of you than you can make of yourself on your own. Treasure his involvement. Sometimes we consider changes in our plans as missteps on our journey. But listen to this. Then he says that think of them more as first steps on being on the Lord's errand. Instead of missteps, they're first steps. And that's what Hattie experienced. She thought it was a misstep, but it's a first step into the next part of her journey. And I'm just telling you, if you trust him, everything always works out, and it always works out better than you anticipate, because he's a loving God that knows us. Like I said, whether you're 19 or you're my age or you're 89, whatever it is, it works the same for all of us. He will be there. He is there. He's watching, and he will answer. And it's awesome. We're so blessed to know this. So I'm proud of her, and she's awesome. She's learned at a really young age how to do it right. So she totally changed her attitude. She's on a new path. She's amazing. She's successful. She's getting ready to serve a mission. I mean, fist bumps. Yeah. So anyway, we want you to know that we think you're amazing. We're going to go be amazing. Hattie's amazing. We're all amazing. Isn't that amazing? Anyway.
You're amazing, and you're amazing, and we're all amazing.
You've got this. Say it with me.
You've got this.
Shama.